What's up, everyone? So, the KD trade sweepstakes just continue as NBA insider Bobby Marks proposed a wild four-team trade: Donovan Mitchell to the Nets, Kevin Durant to the Suns, Deandre Ayton to the Pacers, and Ben Simmons to the Utah Jazz. So, let's just talk about this. As the entire NBA world waits patiently for the news on Kevin Durant's front, teams around the league continue to explore ways to trade the two-time champion. But on ESPN's Wednesday afternoon, league insider Bobby Marks hit everyone with a huge four-team trade involving the Nets, Suns, Pacers, and Jazz. So his quote is saying, "Let's start with the two players under the age of 25 in Donovan Mitchell and Mikal Bridges, and then you add a player like Miles Turner. This is the package that will go to the Brooklyn Nets." I digress. So that checks the boxes for Brooklyn Nets as far as what they are looking for. Then let's go to Phoenix. Kevin Durant. That checks the boxes for Phoenix. Then we'll all talk about DeAndre Ayton and a potential offer sheet. This is a sign-in trade. He goes to Indiana. Then the biggest question, is this enough for the Utah Jazz? When you look at Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas, 5 first-round picks, then 3 swaps, right? So it makes sense for the 3 teams, but I think the big question is that enough for the Utah Jazz? So yeah, that's your trade right there on the screen. The Nets are expected to make a deal for Kevin Durant at some point this offseason, but who will be the team that ends up with him? So far, the Phoenix Suns and Miami Heat have been tagged as KD's preferred landing spot, so they are leading the charge in the trade talks. Meanwhile, the Jazz are still looking for a landing spot for Donovan Mitchell, who has been tied up in rumors for years now. So after sending Rudy Gobert to Minnesota for a lucrative haul of picks, I don't expect the price of Donovan Mitchell to go cheap. So we're looking at a situation where the Utah Jazz are just going in for a full-on rebuild, just like the way the OKC Thunder are doing. So really, those two teams and their respective stars are the biggest dominoes yet to fall this summer, and what happens to them this year will have a direct impact to the NBA's balance of power in the coming years. So that's the Utah Jazz, Phoenix Suns, Brooklyn Nets. I mean, those teams that want to trade, they just want to, move on from their stars, especially a team like the Brooklyn Nets when KD are demanding a trade, Kyrie opt in, and I'm pretty sure even on an expiring deal, he's on the chopping block. And I feel like this will change the balance of the way we look at the NBA moving forward, because the way teams are requesting trades, the players in the team are requesting trades, they may end up moving, and where KD goes, it's an instant contender. I honestly, this is one of those trades that I will be not shocked if this 4-team trade happens, because every team gets what they wanted. And given the fact that Kyrie maybe can walk in free agency, they need to rebuild around a guy like Donovan Mitchell. That is, if Donovan Mitchell, Miles Turner, and Mikal Bridges, when they team up in the Brooklyn Nets, the Phoenix Suns get to contend for championships, as they still maintain their core roster of Devin Booker, CP3. Then they add Kevin Durant. That's an instant title contender. So that's that. Then the disgruntled DeAndre Ayton, he gets his way out of Phoenix and goes to the Indiana Pacers, where he's wanted. And Ben Simmons rehabs mentally with the Utah Jazz in their full-on rebuild. So honestly, I feel like every team just gets what they wanted, what they want here. So not much to say here, and I'm just looking forward to the next few weeks, or even into the regular season, to see if the KD trade talks pan out and where he goes, man. Because after requesting that trade, it just this thing that shook the internet, and it's been really quiet and slow on their side. So we're just waiting to see the team who's going to the table the right price and what's going to move on from there. So yeah, man, I'm out. I'm gonna see you in the next upload.